Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hardikaweni A.R and I would like to present my proposal entitled Criterion-Referenced Assessments on Student Speaking Skill. Background of the study: according to Ahmed and Alamin, speaking is considered to be the most challenging skill among other language skills to be assessed, and according to Kairatovna, regarding English language skills, speaking as a productive skill has been highlighted as an ability that should be assessed based on certain criteria. Criterion-referenced assessments are usually used to measure students' language skills for a particular purpose. If the teacher wants to assess the student's speaking ability, then there must be assessment criteria that must be met by the teacher so that later the teacher can assess whether there is progress or weakness in the materials that have been taught, or to see whether the learning objectives have been achieved. Research questions. The first question is, what types of criterion-referenced assessments on student speaking skill have been done by the English teachers? And the second question is, what are the reasons the English teachers in designing a criterion-referenced assessments on student speaking skill? Definition of key terms. So the first one is, according to Walter Dick and Lockery, a criterion-referenced test primary aim is to assess a person or group's accomplishment in a precisely specified topic area. Consequently, it is focused on specific goals and objectives within a certain content area. And then the second one is, according to Justina, speaking refers to a person's linguistic capacity to make utterances or phrases that may be used to transmit meaning and ideas to other individuals as interlocutors. And then review of related study. The first one is study by Priscilla P., Brenda Yuen, and Hapika entitled Using a Criterion Reference Rubric to Enhance Student Learning, a case study in a critical thinking and writing module investigated the difference in student-teacher weighted score in a critical thinking and writing module of criterion referenced assessment. And then the second one is research by Karen Redelius and Peter J. Hay entitled Student Views on Criterion Referenced Assessment and Grading in Swedish Physical Education, explored the criterion referenced assessment practices and perspective of Swedish PEH students in their last year of compulsory schooling. And then the last one is study by Ray Clifford focused on the nature of criterion referenced on the ACTFL proficiency guidelines and recommends a criterion referenced interpretation of the ACTFL guidelines for reading and listening. Although it also dealing with criterion referenced, it did not explore on speaking skill. Research design. This study uses a qualitative research design to explore the types of assessment that have been carried out by English teachers on student speaking abilities and to analyze the reasons why English teachers designed this assessment. According to Creswell, the objective of qualitative research is to explore or comprehend the primary phenomena with specific individuals at a particular research site. Data and source of data. The data in this study is obtained from the result of a questionnaire that has been filled out by the English teacher regarding the types of criterion reference assessment on student speaking skill that have been done by the English teacher, and from the result of the interview about the perception of the English teacher in designing criterion reference assessment on student speaking skill. And then the source of the data was English teacher who have taken formal education, at least a bachelor's degree at the secondary education level. The data collection technique. The first one is questionnaire distribution. The distribution of the questionnaire was carried out after all the questionnaire questions were completed and put into an online questionnaire using Google Form. Questionnaires were distributed to all participants, namely English teachers, and aimed to answer the first research question. And then the second one is conducting an interview. Interviews with chosen English teachers were held in order to have a better understanding of the responses provided by the teachers on their questionnaire. Those who were asked a series of open-ended questions had a unique way of creating assessments that represented others and aimed to answer the second research question. And then, data analysis technique. After all data has been collected, data analysis is carried out based on the selected instruments and techniques. Researchers analyzed the data using the steps that Creswell wrote in his book as follows. For analyzing the questionnaires data, the first step is organize the response from Google Forms and then categorize the response to each aspect, and after that interpret the response to draw the general understanding. And for analyzing the interviews data, the first step is organize the response from tape recorder and note, and then listens and transcribe the responses into written information. And next is translate the response from Bahasa into English. And the last one is interpret the response to draw the specific result. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.